The 9 by 11 incident. No one can forget it. On the morning of September 11, 2001, 19 Al Qaeda terrorists hijacked 4 commercial planes in the United States. 2 planes were flown into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. The 2 buildings got completely collapsed. This is what every single media and the news channel reported. But there are conspiracies stating that these are lies. Something was concealed. What's the dark truth behind this 9 by 11 incident? Let's have a deep analysis. I'm Sanjay, I'm the product of English Cap. Let's jump into the topic. Most of you may have heard about the 9 by 11 incident, but for those who don't know about it, let's have a brief look at it. On the morning of September 2001, at 8:46 am, America's one of the busiest as well as the biggest buildings, the World Trade Center, the World Trade Center was destroyed by the plane which was flown into it. So the building had been occupied by thousands of people because here 8:46 a.m. is a very hectic time, which is something to keep in mind. So thousands, literally more than thousands, died. After some time had passed, the then President George Bush eventually informed the media that it was a terrorist act that had been carried out by the Al Qaeda terrorists. So this is 9 by 11 incident. Half of Americans believe that what happened and what was reported by the news and the media was not true. They believed that something different had happened. So what do these conspiracy theories state? That day, not only did the airplanes crash into the buildings, but also there were bombs planted inside the building. The bombs inside the building was responsible for the complete destruction of them. Nevertheless, who planted the bombs in there? These conspiracy theories state that it was none other than the President George Bush who planted the bombs in there. But why would the president attack his own country's building? Why would the president plant bombs inside his own country's building? Well, there's an explanation. America decided to go to war with Afghanistan. But if they went to war with Afghanistan without any valid reasons, it would not be appropriate. They needed a reason. If they framed like it was Al Qaeda terrorists who hijacked the planes and attacked our country's building, it would be a valid reason for them to eliminate Afghanistan, right? There is a reason behind the motive to eliminate Afghanistan, but we can't discuss it about it because that's a different topic. Okay, so now, these conspiracy theories started with the statements given by the people who claimed to be inside the building during the incident. They somehow managed to get rid of the damage. So what they said is, the bombs hit the lobby first before the airplanes did. Not only did the people claim this, but also the firefighters who were on duty of cleaning up the place after this tragedy. The residents claimed this, and so did the firefighters, and finally, Donald J. Trump also claimed this. Donald Trump then used to be a huge millionaire in that country, so his opinion was that there were truly bombs planted inside the building. The janitor William Rodriguez of the World Trade Center, who survived the 9 by 11 attack, also exposes that the bombs exploded inside before the airplanes crashed in. And some others believe something creepier than all these statements. That is, in the 9 by 11 attack, the airplanes didn't even attack the building. The airplanes didn't even exist. But why? All the footages, all the video recorded by the people who witnessed the 9 by 11 attack lively, in all the videos, there were no airplanes recorded. It only showed the complete demolition of the buildings. There were no airplanes recorded. Then, where did the airplanes that was shown by the media come from? It was CGI edited. The airplanes that we saw from the news was completely CGI edited. Because in the news, in every news footage, the airplanes that were shown passed through the building from one end to another. The airplanes didn't even explode after when it crashed the building. You may think that when an airplane comes with a high speed like that, it may pass through the building without being exploded, right? But before this 9 by 11 incident happened, an experiment was done about what would possibly happen if an airplane crashed against a steel reinforcement wall like the World Trade Center's wall. On that experiment, it was clinically demonstrated that the airplanes would disappear into dust if it crashed against a wall like that. But if you see in the news video, it would show you that the airplanes effortlessly passed through the building, passed from one end to another end. The nose of the airplane showed up the other end. In fact, the nose of the airplane is the most vulnerable area. It's the first component that would shatter when an airplane crashes. But if you see in that video, the nose of the airplane comes out unharmed despite flying through the building and colliding with various objects. So after everything was cleared up and the building was inspected, there was not even a hole existing on it, showing that the airplane passed through it. Because when a huge component as the nose of the airplane passes through the building, crashes against the wall, there must be a hole existing on it, right? But there was none. So on every video recorded by the residents lively, there were no airplanes existing. Only it showed the complete demolition of the buildings by the bombs exploded. So where did the airplanes come from? As I told earlier, it's completely CGI. And on another news footage, the wings of the airplane briefly vanished for a second. How? This problem frequently occurs with animation or graphics. This is called as the technical glitch, because in reality, the wings of the airplane never disappear. Thank you.